Day 168. So I woke up to the pitter patter of rain, and it's been a steady sprinkle all day. I wouldn't really call this rain yet, but there's clouds and water falling from the sky. So today will be the official first rainy day. Whew. I can't see shit though. Too many clouds in my way. Too much water in the sky. It is what it is. So I have no idea how far down I'm headed. Rain changes things. I know there's a cabin coming up somewhere. I should probably look and see where it is. Maybe I can hide out from the rain for a bit. But this is a burn section, so everything is toasty and cooked. So you don't have to worry about mudslides and stuff like that. It's not raining enough for that kind of stuff yet. But that's what happens in burn areas that are highly angular. They get wet, a little bit of wind, and everything starts sliding, man. Let's try not to be here when it happens. Well, I have lost the path. Too many downed dead trees around here. And, they blocked the hell out of the path. And so I had to get off of it. Took me a while to get around all those dead trees, and now I can't figure out where the fuck the trail is. Doesn't help that I can only see a few feet in front of me. But, hey, this is the adventure of hiking, right? Man, there's fucking dead trees everywhere. I'm blocked. I gotta start climbing or some shit. I gotta find the trail. I'm getting a little stressed out, man. I can't stop and smoke because there's water falling from the sky. So, deal with my situation. Still sprinkling. Not raining yet, just enough to be annoying. It's mostly the clouds that they throw in front of me. I say they like somebody's doing it. But between the clouds and shit, I've lost the trail again. Or maybe this is it. It's hard to tell. Everything's been burnt, so you get a little bit of vegetation here and there. Yeah, but normally the trail's marked by the lack of vegetation, so that's kind of what I'm going for. But then you come across all these downed trees, and you got to reroute, and I get lost. I found my way back eventually, but I get lost, and I can't break my phone out too much because I don't know how many sprinkles this thing can handle before it dies. But it would be nice if I wasn't in a burnt forest. Maybe if I had a little cover, and there aren't so many damn downed trees. But it's almost 6 o'clock, so I'm hoping that a little light makes this easier. Maybe I can see a bit farther and not lose the trail as much. Oh yeah, I'm gonna check where that cabin is. I bet it's still like 15 miles away. I don't know if to consider today a rainy day or not. It's been misting, it's been drizzling, but it hasn't actually rained yet. So I'm only 6 miles from that cabin, which is pretty nice. I'm hoping it starts raining like a motherfucker right before I get there. Because I know when I was breaking down camp, those that heard me, because I wasn't really being all that quiet. Because, some of them woke up and started talking. And if you can have a conversation at 3 in the morning, then I can make noise folding stuff up, is the way I saw it. Because that's actually what woke me up, was them having conversations at 3 a.m. Who the fuck does that? I don't know. Don't really care. I was getting up anyway. But I'm way less considerate to you when, you wake me up. Even though I was totally going to get up soon anyway. But, all those people are probably still hunkered down because there is the pitter-patter of drips and stuff, which sounds like rain on your tent. I realize almost everybody out here is a fucking noob and has never hiked yet in the rain. Because the majority of people out here, this is their first hike. Seems to be very common. So a lot of them are probably hiding in their tents still. And that for me is like 9 miles ago. So it'd be nice if I got to the cabin and it started pouring down like a motherfucker. And all those people that slept in get soaked. I know, I'm a jerk, but it would still make me happy. Ooh, we have finally arrived. Looks like a nice big place. Still very foggy. Still don't know to consider today a rainy day or not. I'm not chalking it up to one. It didn't rain, it just sprinkled for a really long time. I mean, we got puddles, but no, not to call that rain. Oh, damn, this is one of them open ones. No, okay, it's got a front door. Sweet. I wonder if anybody has a fire going yet. So, really reluctant to call this the first rain day. Just sprinkled. I'm not calling it. No, it's not. It just doesn't count as a rain day. So, I'm still at 0. So, yeah, a lot of familiar faces in the cabin. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Everybody's been lingering here, as I thought, playing cards and shit, because it's a tin roof, so they thought it was like rain. And I'm like, no, man. I better filter the hell out of this water. This is my water right now, but the problem is this thing has elk all over it. Not right now, but normally. So there's elk shit in the water. Definitely is. It was really beautiful listening to them this morning. They do a bugle thing, you know, and they were doing it all night long. It's the rutting season, so, you know, pretty much they're yelling, "I'm going to rape you," and I don't know if the women come to that or run from that. I'm not sure how elk mating works, but, you know, I doubt it's consensual. But it was really nice listening to them. Some of them were pretty close to camp when they were doing it. Very eerie sounding. All right, so I'm going to filter some water. I've hung out here for like an hour and a half, maybe even 2 hours at this point. I'm lazy. See if I can bust out another, I don't know, 10 or 15. Loose goals, though. Before I leave, I might as well check out the privy. I mean, that's a big one as far as they go. Doesn't smell horrible out here. What? Those privies? What? I'm going for the big one. Oh, it smells horrible in here. But I've seen worse. Glad I brought my own teepee. So it's cold. It's wet. But still just sprinkling here and there. I stayed there for, I don't know, 2.5 hours or so. Very comfortable place. They had a big fire going when I got there. It's hard to leave. So I got water in like 5 miles. And then probably 12 miles after that. Or 11 miles. So I'm going to try to do 16 more today. But I don't know. That'll put me a little over 30. I don't like doing that. But they got the water spaced out. Plus, I want to go down, like where that water source is just a straight drop off. And I definitely want to be as low as I can be in the event weather rolls through. Lower is definitely nicer. It's not the water that gets me, it's the cold. We all know that. I'm sensitive. So, there's a huge drop in elevation there. I'm going to do my best to make it. But we'll see. My feet already kind of hurt. These new shoes are wearing me in weird spots. There's like armor inside of them. They got a really hard bottom. Like normally I step on sharp rocks and branches and things and get them right in the arch of my foot because it hurts so good. And these ones have armor there, so I don't even feel it. So I can't get my massage while I walk. But the armor's rubbing me weird, man. I haven't gotten a blister yet, but I'm so expecting one. I probably should have preemptively taped it, but that would have done no good anyway. My feet are soaked. And I thought about taking my shoes and socks off, drying them off by the fire and all that. But I was like, what's the point, man? I'm going to come back out and there's puddles everywhere. So, you know, my feet are going to be wet regardless. So just stick with wet shoes and just walk it out, man. I got dry socks in my pack. When I make it to camp, I'll just change out, man. I got enough socks for 4 rainy days. And hell, I'll be in town. Be nice to get in there for breakfast day after tomorrow, but I still have almost 50 miles to go. I think I can wing that. I mean, you know, it's breakfast. I'm willing to go to great lengths to get myself a breakfast. So you got a road leads all the way up here to this huge fire pit. I'm assuming this is like a badass view. Why else would you be able to come all the way up here in a car? Now I can maybe something further away. I can see the next set of mountains. They're just right there. Huh. Gotta be something special up here. I just don't get to see it. More like a nest than a fire pit. So Giggles has educated me on what a salmonberry is. I've read about them in the logbooks. We're like, oh, salmonberries around. But that's salmonberry, so. Now I know what I can eat. One of the few benefits of a burn section is berries grow. It's like that on the AT too, so there's just huckleberries for days. No salmon berries back there. There's not enough of them around because those are kind of worth grazing. There's enough on those. They totally remind me of wine berries. They just don't taste nearly as good. But maybe the ones I'm eating weren't ripened or something. I don't know. But most of what you see here is berries. Look at all those. I mean, look at all those. A man could spend some time, okay? Yeah, I actually have. It's really been slowing me down. But I like free calories. And the huckleberries are tasty. They're just, it takes a few minutes to get a handful. But I got miles to make, man. I ain't got time to sit here and pick berries. Even though I do. I'm hoping to make that 16 today, which I think is, down to about 11 now. That's progress, right? Right. I'm just thinking it might rain pretty hard tonight. We actually saw the rain come in at one point. We were watching sideways, walk along a mountain. It was coming up over like that there. And you could see that it wasn't just clouds, it was rain falling. But right when we got over there, it stopped. I mean, it hit us for a second, but we thought it was going to come and get us. No, just stopped. Still not calling this a rainy day. It's just another day in Washington, right? This is the Washington sunshine, I'm pretty sure. I let my puffy get wet. Didn't even know I let it get wet. I thought I took it off before it, got that way, but no. But luckily I have a backup puffy that is dry. I plan on walking. I only have 11 miles to go, I think. I don't know, 11.7 I heard somebody say. With my water source. For the last 11.7. Mostly downhill. But I want to set up before storm comes. So if I'm walking and I get a pretty good inclination that a storm's coming, I'm going to stop wherever I can and batten down the hatches. But I'm hoping to make it to the next water source. Goals. Let's see if we can achieve them. A couple hours later, still hasn't rained. Drizzles here and there. But everything's wet, so this turned into like the hiker car wash. Just, buffing it on all edges. If I ran through here naked, I'd be totally clean. But I did just shower the other day, so by hiker standards, I am clean. I'm wearing my space suit right now that my aunt gave me. Felt it keep me dry. Just wish it had pockets. I thought it did, but it turns out the zippers just lead into my own pockets. And since I'm wearing, just long johns, they don't really have pockets. Day keeps changing though. Going from cold to warm. I had my puffies on and took them all off. I think I've changed clothes like 4 or 5 times today now. All in an effort to be comfortable, but that's important. I don't want to hike all miserable. I want to stop and change my clothes. I've taped up my wet feet. I'm pretending that it's stuck there because I'm definitely getting blisters from these shoes. I don't know if it's the wet socks, the shoes, who knows? Who knows? Both those are rather new to me right now. I haven't had wet socks in ever. Not on this trail anyway. Oh, no, I guess walking through the Sierra, huh? And the combination of new shoes. So something's wearing me raw, but the tape doesn't want to stick there because my feet are both wet and dirty. So, great combination for tape. Even Gorilla Tape's having a hard time with that one. But I'm going to pretend that it's stuck where it's at. It seems to hurt more on uphills than downhills, and I only got like 0.2 left, and it should be all downhill the rest of the way, so I'll just make sure that my feet are clean and dry in the morning, and I can tape them up proper. Only got a couple 100 miles left to go. I can't punk out because of the blister now. Okay, so I'm going to just call it a rainy day. Rainy day number 1. I mean, it hasn't rained, but it's been drizzling all damn day, on and off, and walking through the clouds and all that fun stuff. Nice gray views. I bet there's pretty awesome views. I mean, a huge cliff here going on, all that. Good times. I only have a few miles left, but I was forced to change out to dry socks. My feet are being rubbed raw. But I only got a few miles left, so I'm going to try to tough through it. But while I was changing my socks, ooh, man, my feet are ugly. Although, being wet all day, my calluses have swollen and started to peel off, and there's huge chunks of skin just hanging all over the place. I was like, oh, and that's my foot, pretty grossed out. So I'm going to hobble my ass, I think another 3 miles or so. Oh, and then take care of this. Oh, it's going to be a hard 3 miles now. Hope it doesn't start raining real good. Still just a nice drizzle all day. Ow. Okay, 3 miles to go, man. We got this. Got set up pretty much just in time. Water filtered. My feet are tore up. I'm in a lot of pain. Yeah, but hey, nothing new, huh? I guess that's kind of new because I haven't been in pain in a while. A couple of weeks at least, I only have 30 or so to town, so I'll meet Rowdy there for breakfast day after tomorrow. Tomorrow I could take it nice and easy, do a 20-mile day or so. I did 30 today with wet shoes. That was wet new shoes, hiker box shoes. Make it even worse, throw more adjectives in there. But that's probably what's tearing me up, so throwing a lot of tape in the morning. I'm going to wash my feet like a mofo tonight, let them dry out overnight, tape them up. Tomorrow's a new day. All right, good night.